Okay, here's an American coming through LAX to Charlotte, and it came into the valley and had it on. Now it's turning it off. It's been doing the sputtering action. It's got it off right now. But there's the trail it left. You can see where it turned it off right there. Had it on, turned it off, sputtered right there, came into the valley right there, turned it on, sputtered a couple times, shut it off right there, and now it's up there. And all that wispy stuff up there, now it's spraying. So it shut it off. See if it turns it back on. But over the Memorial weekend on the coast was cloudy. Saturday, Sunday was cloudy. No rain whatsoever. Out of the clouds. Did a time lapse. I don't think I posted it. Maybe I'll post it when I get home this afternoon. But all these clouds you see are all blew in. That's what I was going to say. On Monday, it cleared up in San Diego over on the coast. All the somewhat natural water vapor clouds blew away, and then the wispy stuff started blowing in off the Pacific Ocean. And that mix right there, it's a big, strong, heavy mix, whatever it was. That's about 3 or 4 trails that came in and spotted right there. And now you can see how that, when the American turned off and on, so they're leaving a pretty thick mixture. You could see the microwave transmissions in the clouds coming over the mountain this morning. So they're zapping it with the energy waves. Yeah, you can see how that chemtrail spread out there. So they're definitely geoengineering the valley today. Now out over there, all that wispy cloud stuff's out there. So just showing how that American jet came through, left that big old trail right there, came in the valley, turned it on, sputtered a couple times, left it on real thick right there, and then turned it off, and it doesn't look like it turned it back on. Not seeing any kind of a trail, so it never did turn it back on. Okay, here's a Delta coming over, and it's doing the same thing that American was doing. American's out of the valley now, way out of Joshua Tree. But this Delta here, it's turning it off, turning it on. Was spraying, then it wasn't. And then here's United. Let's see if that one's spraying. But this Delta right there, you can see right along where that American left its trail right there. You can see right there where it turned it on, doing the same thing, and then turned it off, and now it's not spraying, so it's hard to see. It's up there in the white wispy stuff. See if I can see it, but it turned it off. Yeah, it's going through the white wispy stuff there, but look how that trail all spread out. So this is quite a thick mixture they're using this morning compared to last week when they were just coming through, leaving the shorter trails consistently. They weren't turning them off and turning them on like they're doing right now. But all these jets are coming through and just streaking, and like the American right there, and the Delta. Oh, here it is. This is it. Yeah, it's right in there, and it's not spraying. It's going right through the haze right there. See if the camera picks it up. Just coming out of it right there. Right there. Yeah, it's got a blue bottom. Well, that's the Delta, and then there was a United coming behind it, and I don't see it spraying. So, anyways, doesn't look like the United spraying. See if it turns it on. But again, there's that trail that American left, that Delta turned it on, and look how thick that stuff is. A lot different mixture than what they were spraying last week. but not seeing that United, so see if it ends up turning it on. It should be coming up right in that area where those two trails are there from the American and the Delta. Oh, here it is right here, and it's not spraying. There it is, right there. Right in there. So, and it never did turn it on, so it's saving its aerosol for somewhere else. See if it ends up turning it on. It's going just right through that chemical mixture up there. No, I don't see him turn it on. He's right in there. Right, going right in there. No, that one never turned it on. But again, all these clouds right here, you see, every bit of it is from these jets. I mean, obviously, you can see how that one spread out from whatever I said it was, American, and then that Delta, and then this United that just came over, leaving no trail. Okay, there's two jets coming over the top of the mountain. They should be right in here, and they're spraying, but they're not even showing up on flight radar. There's other ones showing up. These two jets, they're just coming into the valley with their spray on. One will look like turned it off, but again, they're not showing up here because they would be right in there. And there's the two trails right there, but it looks like they shut them off. But those jets that left those two trails right there coming into the valley on the south side of San Jacinto there were not on flight radar. And that's that American jet left that trail, and that's what it looks like now. That's its trail there, and that Delta jet all spreading out, and that was about 4 trails right there. That mix right there, that was about, I don't know, 45 minutes ago, all laid about 4 trails, all spotted right along there, and then turned it off. Same with that Delta and that American, those 2 trails right there, and then there's a thick trail left there, and there's the aerosol stuff there. Now here, this one's vectoring really hard towards the north, and it's keeping its trail on. Right in there. Let's see what it is here, but it didn't show up on flight radar, so it's going right through that mixture there, that chemical aerosol mixture there, and it was on a very specific route to add to that, and now it looks like it heading out of it, and it's now turned off its spray. So again, they're being very specific and spraying some really strong mixtures today. Okay, here's one of the ones. It's right in there. It's not spraying. It left a trail coming over. It's going through right in there. Sure the camera will pick it up. It's right in there. Right, going through the chemical mixture right there. And that was one of the ones that left one of those 2 trails, probably the first one, and the one that vectored towards the north right there and then shut it off. That would be up in this mixture here, and it's not turning it back on. So again, they're very specific this morning on how they're leaving the trails, and definitely a real thick mixture, as you can see from these clouds here, and how they're spreading out as compared to last week, how they were leaving the just the short trails. It dissipated real quick. And there's that jet that turned it off right in there. See if it'll show up on the camera. It's right there. And as you can see, it's completely shut off its aerosol. Let's see if I can see. And they would be like in this area right here, and there's no plane. They're not even showing up. So I don't know if flight radar is just not picking them up. One out way over here. I suppose that could be one of them. That's a little bit too far west. There's another one. What is this one? Spirit. That could have been one of them. Let's see if I can see it, if it was yellow or not. So those could be those two jets that just left those trails. I never got a good look at the up close of either one of them, but you can see their trails now, how they're spreading out. So yeah, anyways, the Spirit Airline was one of the ones that came over and left one of those trails right there and then shut it off. Right in there, then shut it off. So that's this guy here. Oh, here comes another one over. See what this one is. Seems like flight radar is lagging a little bit, but he seemed interested in hitting that area right there. There's one right in there. See that little faint line right there? So let's see what that one is. Looks like it shut it off too. So that's kind of what they've been doing. Coming in, leaving these thick trails and then turning them on and turning them off to where they want to leave the aerosols. That cloud right there was all one aerosol. Okay, we had a United Express come over. It was looking more west, a little far out. Probably wouldn't have been able to see it unless it was spraying, but now this here Delta should be coming right over the top of me here. And I don't see this one turning on its trail yet. LAX to JFK, so they're definitely coming into the valley and routing the jets through the valley to do this spot spraying they're doing this morning. So we'll see if this Delta to New York JFK turns it on, because it's going to get right over the top of me here if it has its trail on or not, and then it'll vector north to head off to New York. So they're doing specific routes through the valley this morning to geoengineer it, but I'm not seeing this here. Oh, there it is right there, and it's not spraying. Right next to that trail right there. Where is it? Right there it is. So again, coming in, turning off and on the sprays. And that Delta never did have it on when it came through the valley here, but that's one massive trail right there, all spread out, blowing over the top. Seems like the trails are moving more north than east right now. Moving a little bit east, but more in a direction of northeast. So anyways, all these clouds you see are from the jets coming through, spotting some real thick stuff this morning. You can definitely feel it out here in your eyes. The sun is just hot, cooking hot. So there you go. A little different type of geoengineering. The Delta just came through. It's kind of up in the schmuck up there. It's hard to see, but it was spraying, leaving a pretty thick trail, adding to the, come on, already socked in sky. But it just went right through there, like all the other ones were doing. Now it's just, I think it shut it off like the other ones were doing. I don't see it, but all these clouds you see, that was a big chemtrail, came through earlier, and they're just kind of hanging out here, not really moving too much. Back up over this way, same thing. Yeah, big old wispy cloud there. Aerosol. That was a chemical dump. All this. Look at that right there. Man, nasty looking stuff. Sun is hot. It certainly isn't about solar radiation management, that's for sure. Yeah, look at that big old metallic reflection there. it's hot. Yeah, this sun. It's going to be a nasty summer today. Or this year. This summer. Yep. And here's another one coming over. They've been really hitting it hard on the back side and the south side of San Jacinto there. Another one coming over, probably adding to that stuff up there, and then it'll turn it off. That's what they've been doing. And it's hot out here. Yep, they called for hazy sun today. Gee, I wonder why. Every day they're spraying, it's hazy sun today. Looks like there's two of them coming over down there in the schmuck. So, another pretty intense day of geoengineering the Coachella.